Hi devs, welcome back to the channel OnlyCode. I hope your coding journey is going well, and if you have landed on this video, then you are facing some hurdles on the application you are building, or you must be exploring some of the kinds of concepts that hurdles around to the devs. Okay, yeah. So we will be discussing about what's a shallow copy versus deep copy. So it's a good concept, and we will also discuss why it exists, means why it exists in the programming language. There must be a reason, right? So let's start with what's a copy. So copy basically means cloning of something. Okay, this cloning can be string, integer, if I can write, array, object, long value, map, etc. Okay, I hope you can see. Yeah. So what's copy? Cloning of something that can be with the value, means it's a value of string, integer, array, object, long map, etc. Any kind of data type. Okay. Then what's the difference between deep copy and shallow copy? For that we have to start with deep copy. Okay. See, deep copy means cloning the value itself, whereas shallow copy means referencing to the address. How this happens? With pointer. You must have, if you have learned anytime C++, then you must have known that there is a topic called pointer, which points to the address of any variable, and in JavaScript it happens internally. Okay, so this is the difference between deep copy and shallow copy. Deep copy means cloning the value itself. Shallow copy means referencing to the address, but I hope this is not clear yet, so I am going to tell you the difference with examples. So let's get to the editor, and before that let's talk about what's a primitive data type and what's a non-primitive data type. I hope you already know, but let's discuss a bit. So primitive data type, for that is integer, string, long, uh, float, double, etc. Okay. Non-primitive data type, which are array, object, map, etc. Okay. Remember that this is why am I saying, because this difference is important while showing you how deep copy and shallow copy came into the address of development. Okay, suppose we have number 1 equals to 10, and we want to do deep copy, means cloning the value itself. Here number 1 is a variable and its value is 10. So what we can do is number 2 equals to number 1, and here it will do deep copy. How we cloned? Using equals to. So using equals to, cloning happens, copying happens. Simple. Console this. Let's see. Node index.js 10. Okay. Same with if we have string const string 1 equals to hello world, and we want to copy it into the string 2, then it will do deep copy again with equals to sign. Yeah, we have to console also. So console string 2 this time. Okay, 10 and hello world. right? Okay, so suppose we have an object again, obj1 equals to name John, age 30, and let's take one more standard, though we don't need right now. Let's make it standard 8. Okay, now I want to do obj2 equals to obj1, means copying the value of obj1 into the obj2. What's the value? This object itself declared in obj1. Remember, object or any kind of string, number, whatever we declare, stores in an address. Address has reference. Reference means pointer to addressing, pointing to the address. Okay. So right now obj1 will consist address reference. Okay, of the object, this object in heap memory, in the memory. Okay. Okay, does object 2 got the object 1 using by cloning it or by reference? So the answer is by reference, and hence it will do the shallow copy. How we know that object 2 consists the reference of this object? Because when we do obj1 dot name equals to Jane, and let's console obj2. Okay, we have changed obj1, but we are going to console obj2 dot name, and let's see what's going to console. See, Jane. Why? Because we have changed the object in obj1, and obj2 just, okay, sorry, obj2 dot name, my bad. Still Jane is coming. Okay, and obj2 does not do the deep copy of that object, but only consists the address of that object. Okay, cool. Now the problem is why this exists. Deep copy, shallow copy. The question comes, why this exists? This is not a problem, this is the question. Why this exists, shallow copy or deep copy? For that you have to think like this. Suppose you are into the real world, means you have been deployed in a in making of a bigger project. Okay, and you have object array of objects like this. Let's take more bigger object. Let's do nesting of obj. Okay, nesting of objects, key, and one more nesting I need inside that, key 2, key 3. See, so you have array, and you in that inside that array there are tons of object. Imagine that inside that, not tons, sorry, billions of object, and inside that we have again nesting of some objects. Now think like this is already been declared once into your application, and if you will do the deep copy, suppose you want to copy it to array 2. Okay, you want to do copy the array 1 inside the array 2. Now the best way of doing or copying things like this is referencing it. Why? Because otherwise computer will have to give more space, once it will take more space once you already have declared this array na? And again you have, if you want to redeclare it to another object, to another variable, then it will take more space, so it's a memory consumption. By shallow copy we are doing memory efficiency. First thing. Second thing, it's what to say. Whenever, if suppose you have done array 2 equals to array 1, and rather doing of shallow copy, if we have made system, the developers have made system in such a way that it should do deep copy rather than of doing of shallow copy, then system would have to go this object, inside this object have to copy this name, this age, till it's till now it's justifiable, then again it will go to this node, and inside that it will copy this variable, then again it will go inside this node, and again it will copy this variable, then again another node. So if you can see that there is computation, lot of computation happening because of the deep copy, and hence doing equals to just do shallow copy of things by referencing, but do not do deep copy. Rather, in primitive data types like this, it will basically do the deep copy itself. Okay, so this is the reason why deep copy and shallow copy exists. But again, here is a catch, that in the applications, in real world application, when you are deployed in a project, there are certain situations, when you need to do deep copy, when you need to do deep copy the things, not reference it. Okay, at that time you need solution, right? So I am giving you three solutions. You can do, you can use a command using, and the command is json dot parse. Inside that, use json dot stringify and object name or array name, basically the variable name, okay, in which it consists whatever you want to do deep copy. Okay, so let's try it out. Let's try it out. For that, what I am going to do is object1 const obj3 is equals to json dot parse dot json dot stringify is equals to object1. Okay, and now let's change obj1 dot name to jack and console obj name dot obj3 dot name. Then you will see, because here we have already changed object1 name, it will console the Jane rather than Jack, because now object 3 will also have the same object itself rather than referencing it. Okay, for the for no confusions, I will remove all other consoles. So we have only one console and we will check up that. Let's do the one. You can see that we have printed chain, and if you will do console.log obj name.1, then it will give jack. See, jack. So using this command, it will do the deep copy. How? Because first you are changing object1 into string, totally change it to string, and again parse it to some variable. This is the variable itself. Okay, till now it's good, but this command itself has some problem. And what's the problem? Let's discuss. See, name John in string, age 30 in integer, standard 8 in integer. Okay, date, time in new date instance. This command itself give you the instance of new date. Okay, it's not in string value, it's in object type, which basically is an instance of new date and time, new date. Okay, suppose you are going to run a command json dot stringify. Inside that you are going to give object1, then don't you think this string itself, this integer, sorry, this it's integer itself will be changed in string? this instance will again change itself to string. Yes, it is going to be happen. So visually you will see 30, but it will be wrapped around quotes, and this is a problem. Why? Because here it the we are, means we are facing unwanted manipulations of data, and we don't want it. Okay, we don't want it while doing deep copy into object 3. So what we can use uh let's say object 4. Okay, object 5 is where we need to do again deep copy of object 1. So we are going to use built-in function of JavaScript, which is structured clone, and inside that give object 1. And now you will get deep copy without any unwanted manipulations of data. Okay, this will do the deep copy regardless of any kind of any non-primitive data types. Okay, cool. And one more thing, if you are working in a project, then and you don't want to use structured clone, then you can also use in third-party npm library something called Lodash library, which is quite famous for this work, for doing deep copies. So yeah, this is the difference between shallow copy and deep copy. I hope you got what's the difference, why it exists, because of the optimization levels, and how to tackle this if you want to do deep copy. Then I've already said. So yeah, that's it for today's video. We will meet in probably some other kind of video, some more interesting topics. And till then, bye.